Good morning. This morning I'm just contemplating birth, which might be a strange thing to seem to be contemplating when the title of these has been Beyond Cancer, Navigating Now. But I think, after every death, there's a birth of some kind. That's the cycle of life that we are born into, that we leave from. And the phase I really feel like I'm in right now is a cycle of birth or rebirth. I took, for the first 6 months or so after Tim left, it was really a time of just like regrouping, maybe a little bit longer than that, 9 months, because the first 3 months were just trucking along, kind of feeling the fallout from the crisis in my body, but feeling like I couldn't really change anything at all. And then, from September to December, it was a lot of just settling into our surroundings, settling into the new, which was settling into life without him, settling into life with just three of us. Felt like a gradual waking up from a state of kind of shock and trauma and numb. And during that time, I really just invited life to inform me about what was next for us, for me, for my work. And I've been really feeling moved to create a business, a way of serving people through the work that I do, serving people who are feeling a call to serve the earth in some way, but just don't have any idea really how to get started, or feel like they're in the midst of a really busy time in their life and have no idea how to use that to leverage it in service of the earth. The ache that I felt for a lot of my adult life, there's been a deep inner ache that's really moved me into action in different ways. It's changed and morphed over the years. And every time I engage in some type of action on behalf of our planet, I feel better. I don't feel like the problem has gone away, but I feel like I am in alignment with how life wants to move through me in service of our home here. And so, kind of when I put all the cards down and started picking up the ones that were really standing out as the ones to pick up in January, this work reemerged, this desire in my heart to serve people who want to be in service of the planet amidst their busy lives, who want to take action but need help getting started, or need help figuring out how to do it in such a way that it's really in alignment with who they are and how they feel called to show up to life. So I feel like I've been in the womb. I've been in a womb space of kind of darkness and creativity and uncertainty. I haven't really known what this is that wants to emerge. I've felt it. As you would, like you feel a child growing inside of you. You feel their presence. You know that they're there, but you have no idea what they look like, how they're going to sound when they eventually learn to talk. You have no idea what sex they're going to be, unless you've had an ultrasound to see that. You just don't know. You don't know. You don't even know if that baby's going to come out. So that is the phase that I have been in, and I am giving voice to it because that's the phase of birth. It's the phase of rebirthing. It's the phase of new life emerging. This experience that I'm having, and it's uncomfortable as heck. But it also has me feeling like I'm on the edge of like kind of definitely on the edge of my comfort zone, that's for sure. On the edge of who I have known myself to be and who I'm becoming. I have no idea who I'm becoming. I can tell you it's what it feels like is a more expanded version of who I've been. I feel like what I'm calling in for myself is like all the parts of me that truly want to come out and play and express in the world. Like I am stepping into that. I'm stepping into a life in which all of the hats that I have worn get to kind of work together simultaneously on behalf of the good of the world and on the good of myself, on the good of our family. And kind of behind me are the days of compartmentalizing. And you put this hat on this time, and this hat on at this time, and this hat on at this time. And now it feels like they're all sort of like, it's time for you to wear all of them together, but not in a way where they're like, it feels disjointed, but where they feel like they're all becoming one new hat. It's a strange analogy, but it's what came forth, so I'm just saying it. So I just wanted to give voice to like this, what this birth feels like in me, because it is uncomfortable. And I think what I really want to help people do is stay in the discomfort while the birth is, like while the body, the being is in preparation to give birth to the new. In my work, I talk a lot about the ache, like taking the time to be present to our ache. The ache is a hard sell. I had a booth yesterday. I got invited to an event where I got to like put my stuff out and talk about my coaching practice and what I'm going to be doing. And it's funny when I see people's facial expressions, they're like, the ache? What's that? Like, oh yeah, I don't like to feel that. And I have learned to really value ache, really value that uncomfortable place inside that gnaws and kind of, first it whispers for our attention, then it sort of claws at us from the inside, and then sometimes it screams at us in the form of a crisis because we aren't paying attention. And that ache tells us that something is needing attention. Something inside of us is really wanting us to pay attention to. Sometimes it's just to allow ourselves to like see and know what we weren't seeing and knowing. Sometimes it's calling us to take action in some way. Sometimes it's calling us to address something in a relationship that we're in. But it's a huge sacred ally to us as human beings. And I've really, seen all of the ways that we numb out from the discomfort, from the uncomfortable feelings inside. We numb out by watching stuff. We can do it through food, we can do it through drinking, we can do it through socializing when we feel like, we're really kind of, our being is telling us we should be quiet and kind of go within a little bit. In times past, I've run from the ache literally on foot or on a bicycle or on a rock climbing wall. So it has taken me a lot to really lean into the ache. But over time, I've learned some really valuable practices and just learned the value of presencing the ache because of the vital life force and energy that is available when I do that. And each time I do that, it births me into something new. And so that's why I'm talking about birth this morning, because I feel like this is I know with this process I'm in a time of pregnancy and preparation, a time of nurturing parts that, nurturing what needs to grow so that when it comes out, it can come out and stand strong in the world. And I can feel I'm coming close to the time of needing to really open my being to let it just come out and be born, and however it's going to look, whatever its voice is going to be, it's going to reveal that to me. And there's a part of, that part feels a little scary. It feels vulnerable, especially because this is such a kind of a heart-led process, and whatever's taking form is from my heart and from so much of my life that it feels vulnerable. But I really believe deep inside of me that this is how we birth our planet anew, by giving birth to that which is inside of us that wants to be born. Life wants to come through us and move through us in really big and beautiful and powerful ways, and that can feel scary. It is not easy, but I do believe that we are each as humans called to kind of surrender to what wants to emerge. And I know for me, I've needed to kind of appoint midwives to help me through this process. Many of them. And they've been so very helpful in different times at different ways. And that is what I want to be for others who feel themselves, kind of feel life calling and feel the ache and want to just kind of lean into it and honor what wants to come forth in service of themselves and in service of our planet. So that is where I am at, 1 year and 1 month beyond Timmy's passing. I felt him really close recently, I felt his support and I felt his like permission. I supported him a lot in pursuing the things that he was passionate about, and I could just feel him supporting me in this process from wherever his spirit is, which feels really beautiful, actually. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Whatever you're birthing, if you're attuned to that, may God be with you. If it's feeling hard, may you find the support that you need. And if at some point I can be of service to you, I would be deeply honored. All right, sending you much love and peace.